Hey everybody, I'm Joe. Welcome back to Relax. I'm relaxing a little bit with some white wine because I'm in my feels because I just watched, you guessed it, Silver Linings Playbook. And I saw this movie twice and I said, you know what? I'm going to rewatch this bad boy to give it the full-hearted review. And that's what I did. So here it is. Silver Linings Playbook review.
Missing someone with all your heart. Missing someone with heart. How much you miss her, and you deserve, and you deserve, and you deserve, and you did it right by.
So let's start with the man who wrote and directed this movie, Silver Linings Playbook, David O. Russell. I mean, just knocks it out of the park. Bigger than your average rom-com. I mean, so much bigger. So much depth and emotion in this movie. I couldn't freaking take it. I mean, you caught your boy weeping more than a few times in the movie. I think a full weeping twice. But that's what it gets me. And it starts, too, with the cast. I mean, we're talking about a three-headed monster with Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, and Robert De Niro. Off the bat, you're like, sign me up. Right off the bat. And the thing is, Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence are so good in this movie, you almost like don't even realize how good De Niro still is. I mean, if you're wondering if the dude still has chops, watch Silver Linings Playbook again. And not only those three are good, but everybody else that was cast is amazing too. Chris Tucker's in the movie. He's freaking amazing in that movie. So funny. I laughed a lot. I don't remember laughing a lot the last time I watched this movie. And I feel like I was able to understand the comedy more in this movie because there's so much funny parts in the movie you don't even realize. Now let's unpack this movie. Bradley Cooper plays a character, Pat, and Jennifer Lawrence plays a character, Tiffany. They both have severe bipolar disorder. Bradley Cooper was undiagnosed bipolar for a long time, was in a relationship, he was married, and he caught his wife cheating on him while she was listening to their wedding song. Do you have any respect, lady? At least don't play the wedding song. Bradley Cooper flips out like that. And that's the bipolar. Flips out, beats the hell out of this guy, and gets a court-ordered 8 months in a psychiatric hospital. So it starts the movie when he gets out. But Bradley Cooper basically has this unrealistic dream of getting his ex-wife back. He still says he's married, he still wears his wedding ring, and he's living in this fantasy that he can somehow, if he keeps his attitude in check, keeps his disease in check, loses weight, that he'll win her back. I mean, this lady doesn't seem too good of a person to begin with. So right off the bat, you're like, Bradley, what are you doing? Why are you fighting for this girl when she doesn't want to fight for you? That's not something you need. So his dad, a few people that are honest with him, is trying to be like, don't worry about your ex-wife. Don't worry about your ex-wife. Over and over again. But he won't listen. So he's on this journey to get her back. Which does have some positives because he is getting in shape. He's trying to keep his emotions in check. So there are some positives there. Now, this leads him on a collision course right into, you guessed it, Jennifer Lawrence's character, Tiffany. I mean, their chemistry is beautiful. I mean, the connection. You're locked onto the screen while they're just looking at each other. It's almost like they were made for each other. And you feel that right off the bat. And I think Jennifer Lawrence feels that right off the bat, and Bradley Cooper feels it right off the bat. But the thing about Pat is, he's on a mission. He's on a crazy mission that doesn't make any sense to get his ex-wife back. So he's trying to put the blinders on. So after they meet, after he walks her home, and he's feeling something inside he's probably never felt before. True love. He goes home and immediately has a huge episode trying to look for his wedding tape with his wife, signaling to everybody He's trying to hold on to this plan any way he can. He's trying to find the happiest memory he probably ever had with his wife, his wedding tape, to get this girl Tiffany out of his mind. To just erase her. To just, whatever he was feeling, he wants it out. So he has a huge episode trying to look for his wedding tape. Cut to the next day, he's running. Going on a run. Tiffany finds him on the run. The mother was telling her where he was when he was running so she could find him. But anyway, she finds him on his run, and he's physically running away from her. Physically. She's chasing after him, and he is running away. Just like he's trying to run away from his feelings for her, emotionally. So Bradley Cooper is this movie is literally screaming that he is physically and emotionally trying to get away from this girl. Because he just, for some reason, feels more comfortable in his delusion that he can get his ex-wife back. Which we all know isn't going to happen. The whole movie, we know it. We're like, Bradley, we just want to shake him. Hey! It's not going to happen, man. So we get a little later on in the movie. There are a few good people in his life that are trying to push him towards Tiffany because people know that they're good for each other. One of those people is his mother, and another one is his psychiatrist. His psychiatrist tells him, hey, maybe if you hang out with Tiffany, get in good with her, she'll deliver a letter to your ex-wife, and that is how you can get back to her, because she now has a restraining order on him. So he can't go anywhere near her. Need one of these? That's good. That's good. So he can't get anywhere near her. He takes the advice. He invites her out to dinner. Whatever. A lot of things happen in the dinner. They're connecting even more. But by the end of it, she completely freaks out. He freaks out. He has no filter. The whole thing's a mess because she really likes him, and he just keeps expressing how much he wants to get back with his ex-wife. So by the end of it, he has another episode. And he has another episode where he starts hearing the wedding song in his head. And that's when he goes off the rails. But Tiffany's there, and she's the first person during an episode that we see is able to bring him back down to earth. She's able to ground him. Tiffany's his anchor. And when he's drifting off into panic mode and delusion mode, she brings him back down to earth, to reality, and calms him down. And no one's been able to do that so far. Another beautiful thing about that movie, actually, is, and I'm so wrapped up with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, you forget about Robert De Niro and his amazing performance. So I'm actually going to watch a short scene with Robert De Niro talking to Bradley Cooper, because this is the one time I really do cry. And this is the scene that you should go back and watch, by the way, if you're forgetting that Robert De Niro has chops.
We got a serious situation on our hands, you know that. We got to beat the Giants if we want to have any chance of getting into the division, any chance of playing in the playoffs. I mean, I think it would be wise if we spend father-son time reading about the Eagles, talking about them, just to strengthen the good luck thing that you're in. Man, maybe I didn't spend enough time with you growing up. I spent too much time with your brother. It might have made you feel worse about your behavior, but I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to handle it. That's what all this Eagles stuff is about. It's about us spending time now. I want to do everything I can to help you get back on your feet. That's the whole point. I wish you'd watch these games with me. So we could talk and we could get into things. So look, we just come downstairs and talk to me and Randy now, huh?
Sorry. That scene is just so powerful to me, because for the first time you're seeing Robert De Niro, who has problems of his own, OCD, gambling. You're seeing Pat Sr. admit something he probably hasn't admitted his entire life, that maybe he feels a little bit guilty about what's been going on with Pat and his problems and how he didn't handle it well when they were younger. And it's just a completely raw and open scene. And I think that says a lot about his character too. And still, it's like tied in though still with the gambling and this, he's bringing up the Eagles a lot still and stuff like that. So like, even then you're seeing the problems that he has. So that's why almost like the Bradley Cooper Jennifer Lawrence relationship, it overshadows everything else because it's so powerful and it's what's most forward on your mind. just remember a little bit of De Niro, because he's awesome. We get to the end. We get to towards the end here, and the dance at the end of the movie with Pat and Tiffany showcases their disease, showcases what it's like to be bipolar. It starts off slow, then cuts to them, jamming out to like hard rock, then gets slow again, then picks up again, and it's a change that happens like that. Gives you a glimpse of what goes on in the head of someone that is bipolar. I mean, I'm not bipolar. I'm not trying to act like I know what's going on, but that is what David O. Russell tries to show you in that last dance, and that's why they're doing that dance. And it's so much more powerful than you even realize, which blows me away. And then, where from one standpoint, Tiffany thinks their whole relationship is over. She sees Pat going to talk to his ex-wife. She thinks it's completely over and done with. So she, just like Pat, runs away. Completely runs away from the situation. I mean, physically running and completely broken. And now we have Pat chasing after her. So it all is a circle, my friends. It's all a circle. Pat chasing after her at the end. And that last scene where he reads the note to her. That is when your boy was weeping again. And then the one last thing that I caught at the end of the movie, after that note is read, go look at the end of the movie again. Because after the note is read, it cuts to a scene of Robert De Niro talking. And he walks over to a painting of Pat and Pat's brother. Now, Pat's brother's painting is completely straight. Pat's painting, on the other hand, is crooked. So Robert De Niro goes over and fixes the painting and makes it straight. The painting is fixed. Bradley Cooper, Pat, is fixed. And that's why that movie is so freaking awesome. And I'm so glad I gave it a rewatch again. Because I knew the movie was awesome, but then I knew even more that the movie was awesome. I'm happy I rewatched it. We love you guys. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, because we're doing this thing, baby. I just started tearing up a little bit at the end of this thing, man. I'm getting real for you guys. I'm not holding anything back. Okay? Nothing. Love you guys, man. Stay sweet.
Missing someone.